Hey, how's it going? Hope your day is going well. And in this video, we have another HTML and CSS project or slash contest that you can use to build on your fundamental HTML, CSS skills. And so what we have here is a little screen here where we're just going to add text to a number field or a input field. And we just have a submit button. So submit button with a link at the bottom that says resend the code. So again, pretty straightforward, simple project to work on your basic HTML and CSS skills. Now, with that being said, let's jump directly into the project and get it. Okay, so here we are in our project template. As you can see, we have a bunch of stuff already. All of this information is going to come from the project template file in the description of this video. Okay, so first thing, let's just add a container. Here we could do like a section container. And from that, let's just call it, let's add a class on it. And we can add that class and just call it pass. And then from there, I believe we have, an area for our text. And so instead of me just typing it out, I'm going to just grab that text off from the side. But let's just head back to the HTML and let's just use a h2 tag for that. And then we're going to just add our information there. And let's just add a class of, let's see, class to pass underscore title. Okay, we have that now. Do we have that? So let's go down and add another container for all of our codes that we're gonna add. So we're gonna say div class pass underscore codes. There we go. Now let's just add our inputs to actually receive our codes. So that will be text. Let's see, text. Let's see what else. Let's do a pattern because we only really want to have numerical values in this. We do not want we don't want, like A, B, C, stuff like that. Just numbers. So for the pattern, we're gonna just say the pattern should only consist of 0 through 9, which is gonna just say only digits basically. And let's say a max width of 1 because we do not want to add more digits into one code field than is actually needed. And from here, let's just add a class. Add a class on our input. We might not need this, but we might as well just add it anyway. So class pass codes slash and or underscore inputs. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then we'll just copy and paste this for our 4 entries. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, our 4 entries. Okay, we have that. Now, do we have that? Let's go down to let's add a anchor tag for our, I think it's the resend code. Yeah, resend code button. Over there, we'll just add a ampersand, or no, hashtag, not an ampersand, hashtag. Class pass underscore resend. And then the text will be resend the code. Okay, great. And the last thing we need is the button. The button says sign up. Yeah. So let's click, let's do button, sign up. And as you guessed it, let's actually add a class to our button. And I'm just going to say pass underscore sign. There we go. So I think we pretty much have everything, at least for the HTML side of it. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see a little bit more. Yeah, that's pretty much good to go from that standpoint. Do we need anything else from an HTML standpoint? I don't think so. So we have, let's go back to our mockup just to review. We have our top header message, our 4 codes, the resend link, and our button at the bottom. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it from the HTML standpoint. So we just head on to like the CSS. And as you can see, we already have our all the boilerplate is already set for us. So we have, our brand colors up here. We have the standard reset logic for for our different elements. Our body, we have already the font family are defined for us. A little bit background color. We have color for the text. Yeah, the font weight, font size, height, pretty standard stuff there. Okay, so now that we have that, let's actually start to add our specific logic that we need for our example. So first thing we're going to want to add is the pass. And let's just display everything for flex. And then we want to center all of our content. So we're going to do just the content center, and then align items also center. Okay, we have that. We're going to want to do the flex direction. So because flex, I believe flex direction defaults to row. Yeah, I think it defaults to row, and so we're actually going to want to change that to column. And let's just go ahead and set the background color where we added. Let's do var, and let's set it. I think, what is this? No, let's set it as like this. Yeah, because the city street, yeah, city streets is like an off-white color. So yeah, we do not want the white color there. Okay. Let's just, I mean, just for an example, let's just constrain the height. Yeah, constrain the height there, and same thing with the width. Yeah, we're going to just set these to kind of almost mimic a mobile, mobile environment look. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, we have everything in place. We have our background is showing, text is showing, different fields are showing. Of course, it's not styled at all, but it's just kind of like stacked like that in 2 different columns. We have our reset, a resend code link plus our button. Okay, looks pretty good, at least for now. Now let's continue on down and start adding the rest of our styling for our example. Next thing we can do is the title. We're going to title. Yeah. So let's set, just align this to center right off the bat. Let's set the size. I think did our style guy say anything about size? Yeah, 20 pixels there. So font size 20 pixels. Then the weight of it being regular, which is actually 400. Okay. So font weight 400. Okay, great. That's pretty much what our style guide is also telling us, that it should be the regular 400 anyways. Like I said, the mockup's a little bit different. Yeah, the mockup would never actually be 100% what your final implementation will be, but we'll just go with what with what our example kind of looks like. Okay, we have that. Now let's go back to our CSS and start working on our pass codes. So for that, as you can see right here, each of them are in like their different columns and rows. And so to solve that, we are going to want to, you guessed it, use flex for that. So we just do flex. So display flex. Okay. And we'll set the content to center. Okay, great. Then we can do some gap there. Let's just set a gap of 12 pixels and we can see how that looks. Okay, let's save that and come back over here. Okay, looks good. They're all in one row now, but of course, as you can see, they're running off the edge of their parent. Well, again, we'll solve that when we actually set the width of each of our input. But for now, that looks fine. But I think we just need a little bit more space around, yeah, around our codes. And so to do that, let's set the margin to 24 pixels. And then our left and right will be actually 0. So let's see. There we go. Yep, it pushed off our codes from the title and our resend link at the bottom. Okay, that's great. Now we can actually get to our passcodes and start, or it's passcode inputs. Start to actually change that. Okay, looks good. Let's add the dot so it actually be considered as a class. Okay. And like I just mentioned earlier, let's actually now set our width to let's try 35 pixels and see how well that looks. Okay, that looks, I guess, fine for now. Yeah, I guess it looks fine for now until we finish actually tweaking the rest of our settings. So let's just set the width of 40 pixels. Okay, let's just save that. Come over here, reload. Okay, but now as you can see, we have a border there, while our final example does not have a border. So let's just remove the border. Set that to 0 pixels. And then we can set the corner radius. I keep saying corner radius. It's actually border radius, not corner radius. Um, Set that to 8 pixels. There we go. Reload. There we go. Looking better, closer to our final example. Let's see now. Yep, but as you can see, the text is off to the left, which means that we're going to need to say our text align to center. Also, let's just change the font size while we're here. Font size code for 16 pixels. Yep. We can set that as 16 pixels. Looks good. Okay, we have that. Now I think we're actually gonna need to go back to our final example. We can see that it actually needs to be a corner radius. Well, not a corner radius, but like a shadow around that. Do that. I could just grab this quickly off from the side. Here we go. Box shadow. The box shadow just, you could read what it does here, but for the most part, we're just setting all the different properties here. Plus, there's like a darker black, not quite black, but yeah. Well, I guess it is. It's a black, but we're just playing around with the transparency at the end here. Now that we have that, I think we have to do one more thing. We have to set the outline color to our darker color here. Yeah. Actually, let's just save this really quick and see how our shadow looks. Yeah, shadow actually looks pretty good. But we just need to set one more step and set our outline color to this nighttime sky. Save that. Come over here, reload. Yeah. Looks a little bit better. And now that we have that, and now that we have our codes in place, let's see. Yeah. Allows one and hold on. Well, let's actually remove outline color so we actually can see what the outline color does. Yeah, the outline color being that right there, that little blue outline part of the, I guess what the focus part. So if we come over here and remove the comment of our outline color, and then we come back over here and let's see, add our digit. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yes, now we're back to like that black color, which is one of our branding colors. Okay, great. Now let's move down to the bottom, and we can, let's see, what would we need to actually do now? It would be the, here we go. Yeah, the resend link. Now we just navigate back to our index file so we can grab the class for our resend link and add it there. So now we just need to, okay, let's do the margin of margin top. Let's see, 30 pixels. Put a little bit more space between. Yep, they put a little bit more space between our recent link and our codes. Let's see what else. So we're gonna remove that underline. To do that, let's just do text decoration of none, and then we're gonna set its color. Let's see, color. I think the color should be. I think it should be this darker color. Check out the mockup again. Yep, it should be like that darker color, just like the rest of our colors. So we just do bar nighttime sky. Move here and reload. There we go. Looks better. And I think the last thing we have to do over here is set the resend pixel or font size. So let's do that. Let's do font size of 14 pixels. Over here, reload. There we go. Well, I think this one's actually a little bit smaller, but we'll keep the 14 pixels here since our style guide is saying that it should be 14 pixels. So we'll just leave it there. Usually like a style guide will come from like your designer, and the designer typically will want their design to conform to what the style guide that they're providing for you. So since the style guide says it should be 14 pixels, we're going to just keep it as 14 pixels. Okay, so we have that. Now let's see, what's the next thing we need to do? So I think we have our design of the resend link in place. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Now let's actually go down to, I think the last thing we need to do is just style our sign up button. To do that, let's just head back. Let's just head right back to our index HTML and grab our class for our button. Head back to our head back to our style CSS. Add there. Okay, let's see. Now what are we gonna do? We're gonna want to, I think the first thing we're gonna want to do is just put a little bit more space between the button and the resend link. So let's just do 130. Okay, 130 pixels. And we need to, now we have that, let's remove, let's see. Oh, the background color. Yeah, let's do background color. Background color, let's do it as our brand color. Okay, we got the brand color there. Let's change the color of our text, which should also be, I think it should be that brand color white, which is, I think it's this one. Yeah, brand color white. Okay. So we have that. Let's just continue. Okay, let's actually save that now and see how well that looks. Okay, it looks better. To see it even better, let's add some padding around our text. Let's do 210 pixels and pixels. Okay. We're also gonna need to put some pixels to the left and right. Let's do that. Okay, now let's see what else do we need. We actually don't need to provide any padding to the left and the right of it, to be honest, because we will actually change the, we're gonna actually change the set the width of our button to say it be 90%. Yeah, 90%. and we should stretch it all the way out. Let me see, how well does that look to our, yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Okay, so now we actually gonna need to remove, let's remove the border around our button. We don't need the border around the button. We don't, okay, then since we're gonna set the border, might as well just go ahead and set the border radius while we're right here. Let's try 8 pixels, see how well that looks. Okay, we have that. Okay, looks better. And then let's just, I was thinking about, we could just directly set the height of our button to say something like 50 pixels, or we can just increase our padding a little bit more. Let's try increase our padding and remove that. See how well that looks. Okay, so yeah, now the padding is, that's too much. Let's try 15. It looks somewhat similar. Let's go with the padding instead of explicitly setting the height. Okay, so we actually have our cursor there, which looks good already. Okay, so I think we just need to set the font size. Yep. Oh yeah, we actually need to set the font size and font weight. Okay, so let's set the font size. Set the font size to 16 pixels. Great. Then we'll set the font weight of, it should be 600 because the style says it's semi-bold and semi-bold maps to 600. See, are we missing? Oh no, we actually don't have a cursor. Oh, I must was looking at the example instead of what we were building. So let's just go ahead and add the cursor here. Cursor as pointer. Come back, reload. There we go. Okay, so we have a margin, some space between the sign up button and our resend link code. Resend the code link. We have background color. We have the color, the text color, padding. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. So there you go. Here's the complete example for this contest where we built a kind of sign up screen where that takes codes as inputs. We added a resend link at the bottom of that with our sign up button. So pretty straightforward. As you can see, nothing really complex was there. We didn't really do much in the CSS. We didn't really do much when it comes to our HTML file. Again, pretty straightforward stuff. So if this video helped you in any way, go into the comment section and let me know. If this video did not also help you, well, also go into the comment section and let me know. So until then, I hope you have a nice day and see you later.